I just wanted to talk about importance of resting and how important it is to not feel productive, and how important it is to have that hit that low on the graph of your, not productivity, I hate that word, but the graph of your functionality. So, as a human being, as a person who exists, or as any human or any living being on this planet, our purpose is to exist. Our purpose is not something, I mean, our purpose isn't going to the space, building space rockets, building bridges, making countries great, going on wars, winning wars, that kind of stuff. It's not what our purpose is on this planet, I feel. Because had it been like that, any innovation that you pick up, like any innovation, be it something as simple as this camera, be it as simple as something like this sweatshirt that I'm wearing. So had it been like that, if having all this stuff was really really necessary for this planet and really necessary for human existence, this is necessary. We do need clothes because that's how our bodies have evolved over the years. But if this was good for the planet, we wouldn't have been killing it at this rate. Everything that human does to exist is a toll on this planet. This might be coming from a very hippie or a person who lives in their own world kind of thing, that you know you can say that because you're not, you don't know how things work, let's per se, or you're saying this out of pure, uh, what's the word for it, because you have it, therefore you don't really have to think about it. Imagine the time when people didn't have clothes imagine the time when people didn't have internets, cameras, wi-fi. You wouldn't have been you wouldn't have been doing this video. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of ifs and buts and why not, but the point is, nothing really changes, nothing really, if you look at the greater scheme of things, if I'm doing something, or if humans have been able to do something, let's say we've got this longevity of life. uh, the average lifespan of a human being has increased. So if you look at that, it's not doing anything to the planet, or it's not even doing anything for human race. All we can do with that longevity of life is exist longer, suppress the suppress other organisms on this planet, suppress nature per se, and for a longer period of time, and then we leave, and then we leave behind nothing except all the trash. So it's like the worst kind of tourist you can have if you're running a if you're running a hotel, or probably an Airbnb, the kind that comes in, messes it up, and just leaves. We humans are aware how fragile our lives are, and we humans are aware how meaningless and pointless our egos are. And that's the reason why we try to build things that are huge in size. We try to overcompensate for our small existence on this big planet by putting up big things, big structures, trying to show that, what, we are here to last and we matter. But let's say you stop running this world the way just imagine if we stop running this world the way we do it, like electricity and cutting our grass and all that stuff, and we leave it for good 2 years and see the pace at which the nature will reclaim everything. This is what happened when people went under this whole lockdown thing. Nature reclaimed what belonged to it, and things got very nice. And that's how things work, that's how life works. So this, I mean, the point of saying all this is basically that your existence is not about figuring out or answering that question, those whys and what is my purpose and that kind of stuff. Your job on this planet, ideally, was to recreate and exist. But I think recreating or procreating isn't really working out for the younger generation. People don't wanna have kids for all the right reasons, right? Our resources are scarce. The world that we have made is bad. Everything is expensive. Just imagine how stupid it is. Everything is created by humans, and we humans don't have access to it because some people are in that position and some people aren't in that position of owning things, owning certain kind of things, certain kind of innovations. Yeah, it's a mind fuck if you think about it. What I'm trying to put across through this video is that you don't really have to be existing every day or doing your best every day, reaching that pinnacle of your productivity every day and producing whatever the hell you think really matters in your existence. Your job as a human being, not exactly a job is not the word. Your sole purpose of life should be to exist, to understand and see through all the BS we have around us, see through all this societal bullshit that these structures, families, how people force these family relationships, and how everyone is so unhappy in whatever they're doing, except the people who are on the streets or people who have finally figured out what they like to do and they don't think too much about it. They just exist. So if you get that luxury, if you are able to uh, break through that hard layer of conditioning, you will come out of it and you will realize that okay, life is beyond this. Life is beyond existing to please and existing to fulfill XYZ purpose. There's another thing I feel that you should really do. Uh, if you are fortunate enough, you would come across old people, a lot of old people, not the few ones that you have seen in your lifetime, but a lot of old people, and you will see the pattern. It's two kind of people, two kind of old people, people who are approaching their deaths. Uh, One of them is super sad, the other one is super happy. So one who's super sad is the one who spent all of their life, not most, all of their lives, collecting, making, uh, procuring, saving, building that perfect life, being relevant in the society, being important in their jobs, being important in whatever social structure they were a part of. And these people, when they age, when they get old, they just can't wrap their head around the fact that they just can't wrap their head around the fact that life is not about them. Now they have aged and they're so easy to replace that they're sitting on the corner of the room, and often people might not even see them. They don't they're just there like an old piece of furniture. Such people are great assets to the society, but by the end of the day, they are just so disconnected with themselves that they can't find happiness in just being old and existing now. The other set of people, the other set of people who are the kind of people who are happy, are those people who were fortunate enough to figure out who they are and what they like in life. For example, if you are young in your 20s and you figure out that this is what I like, let's say traveling or let's say art. You love to make art, you love to be a part of that process of creating, and you spend all of your life creating. That's it, as simple as that. No traveling, no FOMOs, no, not starting a fashion brand, not starting a skincare brand, not going for an international trip or probably shifting abroad just because a part of you wanted to do it because the society asked you to do it. So if you're one of those people who are just living their lives every day, every single day, you do things that you want to do. You take your naps, you get yourself good coffee, get yourself good food, tea, coffee, whatever. You nourish your body, you nourish your soul. The kind of people, this kind of people age to be happy, to understand life, to understand how things progress and how they die. Like nature, like, I mean, it's springtime right now, and you see a shit ton of flowers, you see flowers blooming everywhere. But by the end of this time, by the time summer is like right there around the corner, or when the summer arrives, these flowers are long gone. But that's how things work, and that's the cycle, and you have to accept it. You cannot fight it, no matter how bad you want, but you have to accept it. So if you're one of those people who are okay to accept things, to respect things, to understand that life isn't this social structure, or life isn't this false narrative that the world has ingrained in our minds, I think you'd be happy. You'd be a happier person, or you would be a ready to go kind of old person, not a sad one. That's my take on it.